Today, in this honest video, I want to talk to you like to my friend, like a good friend of mine. And I want to talk about the topic narcissistic manipulation disorder. You know, some time ago, when we had hard times in our marriage, with my wife, she said that I am the narcissistic manipulator, and that touched me inside. So I was interested in. I was started to going for the therapies, starting to learn about this topic, listen to the podcast about it. Then I seen in many people this kind of disorder. Later I find out that in every second person are the nuances of the narcissistic or manipulation, but it's very different when somebody have a disorder. That's different brain. Some parts are not good developed because of the childhood. When the person rise from, usually this kind of person with narcissistic manipulation disorder have one of the parents with the same disorder, and how it shows, it comes with the grandiosity that person feel always more than others, but it's coming from the wound that plays inside, where the person don't feel enough, and therefore the person like when somebody admire that see this person in very good light shining, and these persons are very charming. They can mirror very nice that you talk about yourself, and they say the same in the mirror way, so you feel safe, and you have emotions of dopamines and serotonin. You feel good with this person in the beginning. It's called love bombing phase. But later on, when you disagree with them or you give them some critique, they cannot withstand it. They have strong emotions, and then they start to do the manipulation phase, which is about to put you down, so they feel again nice, like a narcissist, like they are more. And they doing, for example, you set the boundaries. You said no to something. I don't like when you do this, and they do the gaslighting. So they suppress what you feel, and they communicate. They are very good in communication, and they make you feel like you are wrong with what you feel, and then you feel shame, and the very sensitive persons with good empathy are the best victims, the opposite side, for this kind of narcissistic manipulated people. So it's also some kind of disorder when we are too much attached and to the others, and if we have problem to set the boundaries and say no. We have to learn, don't feel shame if we say no and set boundaries. Like this, what are you doing? I don't like. It make me feel, it make me pain, emotional pain, we have to learn to set boundaries without shame. Otherwise, they will twist it and turn it against us. And every second person, also me, have these nuances of narcissistic, because we are grown by parents which are not emotionally mature, grown. And narcissistic disorder is nothing else that the person have a different brain, because they are not emotionally mature. They have problem to say I'm sorry, and take responsibility for how I feel. So we have to learn, I'm learning, for example, in my relationship with my wife, to take responsibility for my emotions, to don't blame her for how I feel, and to communicate about my emotions, to don't point with finger to her. You are the case of how I feel, you know. That's acting like a wounded boy, like a children. And this happens to me also, but I'm working with it. Therapy is working, you know, healing also, this kind of showing up as I am with my opinions. I have a lot of critic, you know, from the others, but I'm learning not to do it for the, you know, for the followers to admire me, to make me feel that I'm grateful, or that I'm you know, something incredible. I'm learning to be and feel humble as normal person with some good sides and with weak sides of my personality. So yes, and if I, you know, I find out that I have few people in my life before, in the past, who have really this kind of disorder of narcissistic manipulator. And that's the point, that this person don't have empathy, that it cannot end up like, you talk about what happens and they say I'm sorry for that. They are never sorry, and they are always right. This is too much. With these persons, it's wrong if you believe they can change. Usually they cannot change because they have a different brain, you know, they are missing some parts of insula, so they don't develop this during the life. So it's really wasting of time to trying to help them. Usually it ends up that you are exhausted, that you are really weak, maybe sick from it, and then you miss your power to be, for example, the man or the wife in your relationship, and to care about who you really love. What is the harder part is that you find yourself in a relationship with somebody like this. It's very hard to find out that if it's the person only in something not mature, that is just like a child, it's also in me, in my wife, in 90% of the people who are adult. And if the person really don't love you and is only manipulating you and only using you, that's something different. And it's good to have a power to go out of this relationship. But if we are wounded, and I see in many relationships today, people are running out of the relationships because they think the other person is not good, you know, have some kind of narcissism or something. But in most of the case, it's possible to work with it. And if the other person is willing to work with, you know, to heal the wounds, and you know, to learn how to be emotionally mature, that is not personal disorder. That is just the person who have some kind of issues and weak spots, and we all of us have it. And on the other side, it's important when you have kind of these persons in your life to set the boundaries, and don't feel shame for it, and don't talk too much about your personal intimate stuff, because they will use it against you. So but this need you to be really mature and adult, so you can be in touch with this person and feel good. Otherwise, it's better for part of the life when you are healing, to cut these persons off and to meet with the persons where you feel safe, when you talk about your emotions, your deep stuff, with the persons who can say sorry that I hurt you, and then with the persons who have the empathy. So good luck, and share me your thoughts about this topic, where you see the narcissistic things inside of you, and what are your emotions about it. Have a nice day, and see you tomorrow.